Hello everyone, today I am going to discuss with you the topic the middle course of the river. As I told you in the previous video, I will discuss any of the two landforms from the middle course of the river. First you see what are the landforms we could see in the middle course of a river. Landforms created in the middle course of the river is alluvial fan, meander, oxbow lake, plain, natural levees. These are the mainly in the middle course, though the oxbow lake and floodplain can be seen in the lower course also. And estuary and delta, especially seen in the lower course of the river, and delta can be divided into three different structures that I will discuss in the next video. But in today's video, what I am discussing the middle course of the river, there are mainly 5 landforms: alluvial fan, meander, oxbow lake, floodplain and natural levees. Among these 5, I am discussing about the oxbow lake and floodplain. So how oxbow lakes form? The continuous process of erosion of the outer concave bank and the depositions on the inner convex bank causes the meander to be more pronounced. The outer bank gets eroded so rapidly that it assumes almost a circular shape. At one stage, only a narrow neck of the land separates the two concave outer banks. The river then cuts through the narrow neck of the land between the two banks and flows straight. Then the river started following the straight path. This big loop is cut off from the river channel due to the heavy deposition. The big loop that's cutting because the sediments the river is carrying from the upper course, from the mountainous course, from the plateau region, and it started depositing in its middle course. So due to the depositions is generally cut off. I will discuss the work of a river also in a video so that you can understand how the river works. That means what is the mechanism when a river flows from its upper course to the mouth towards a sea or ocean, how the river works. That I will discuss in a video so that you can understand how it is, what is the deposition, what is solution, what is transportation, erosion, all I will discuss. The abundant bend of the river remains there as a lake which looks like a horseshoe or an oxbow, and this is known as the horseshoe lake or oxbow lake. The floodplains of Ganga and Wangho etc. have oxbow lakes on them. So when a river flowing from its upper course towards the middle course, it is moving like a snake. As the snake is moving over the land, the river started moving like a snake in its middle course, because it cannot flow straight as it has a huge lump sum number of sediments and heavy eroded materials. So it started moving slowly. As it starts moving slowly, all the sediments it is carrying from its upper course, it started depositing within its bed, within the river bed. And when it starts depositing, if you see the structure of a snake, there is a bending. Okay, the bending generally cuts off from the main channel of the river, and that bending is known as oxbow lake. You can see in the pictures that I am showing you, you can understand. And the examples are, you can see many of the oxbow lakes in the river, Ganga river or Wangho river. So that is how the oxbow lakes forms. And what is the concave and convex side of a river? In which side the river water pushes, that is known as the outer bank or the concave bank, and which side the river water do not push. When the river water move like this, one side it will push, another side will remain the same, and again in the next bending it will push the opposite side, that will be the concave side. Okay, you can see in the diagram also. Now another one I am coming, that is floodplain. In the middle and lower course of the river, heavy deposition of sand, silt, stones, etc. take place on the river bed, and the channel becomes shallow. not like deeper, as we see the river bed is very deeper in its upper course, but as it comes to the its middle or lower course, the channel, the river bed becomes shallow due to the heavy deposition. Okay. In rainy season, when flood occurs, widespread depositions of alluvium takes place. These gradually fill up the low-lying areas in both the bank of the river and build up plains. These are known as floodplains. They are well developed along the middle and lower course of the Ganga, Wangho, Yangtze and other major rivers of the world. These floodplains are very fertile and densely populated. What they are telling, when the rivers goes towards its end means towards its mouth, that time due to the heavy depositions of the river beds become shallow, and that time when the monsoon comes, due to the rainy season, when once it is depositing by carrying the silt, mud, sand within it, again the river water becomes high due to the rainy season. That times flood occurs. Once the river is carrying the silt, sand and mud and stone within it, so it's already heavy and it is depositing all the materials in its bed, so the river becomes shallow in the lower region. It becomes shallow towards its mouth. Again when rainwater falls over it, when in the rainy season, so the load becomes so heavy, it splash out in both the side of the river bank. So when the water splash out, also the sediments and pebbles and whatever within it also splash out. But when the rainwater or the rainy season go away, that time only water will come into the bank again. Those depositions what already gone out of the bed will not come. They will deposit in both the bank of the river. That time, both the bank of the river will get the alluvium, which is very fertile for cultivation, and these plain areas, alluvial plain areas, are densely populated all over the world because they are very fertile. Any kind very soft soil, so the mending and building the structures very easy on it, so they are densely populated and as well as very fertile, because cultivation can be done very properly here. So these are the floodplain. You can see in the picture also how floodplain forms basically when the load become heavy and also the rainwater added to it, that time it splash out the channel and it goes towards both the bank. So it becomes the floodplain. So this is the two important landforms what we can see in the middle course of a river. Next video we will discuss the lower course of a river. Okay, thank you.